Hey guys, welcome back. This is ArmedChief giving you guys another League of Legends support guide. Oh my god, why is this on my screen? Another guide. We're doing Taric today. I know you guys like these tutorials a lot. I've been getting a lot of, support with all the other ones that I've been doing, so I thought I'd keep the hype going. I'm going to be doing Taric today. Taric is one of my signature support champions that I do. He's really, really cool, and I think I have a couple little tips and tricks that I could show you Taric players out there, or if you don't even play Taric, you want to get into him. He's really, really good. I haven't played him a lot this season just because I feel like he doesn't really have a place right now. But he's really, really good against some current meta champs. So we'll get into that in a little bit. But I'll go ahead and I'll flash the runes on the screen. This is typically what I run when I am playing Taric whenever I have him in the bot lane. In terms of spells, let me go ahead and, just give myself some gold here like I always do. Level myself up so I can, show you guys just a little bit of what Taric is capable of. But for his spells and all that stuff, I guess basically the first tip I'm going to give you about Taric is typically when you start with Taric, I will usually start E. That's just kind of what I do. I recommend starting E. And then I guess your second ability, you could take W. It's really, really good. So you can, bind it to your ally. And then Q third. So those are your three first abilities. Now, in terms of what to max, I'm going to explain that right now. So typically, when you're playing a certain champ, once you get all three of your abilities, you just go straight into maxing that one ability and then the next one, the next one. Taric, it's a little different. So what I mean by that is once you get level 3 and you have all three of your abilities, level 4, and you're going to do this every single time. Level 4, you're going to put your next point into Q. And you're not going to touch that ability for the rest of the game. And I'm going to tell you why. So basically, why you put only 2 points into Q is because Taric's Q only gets a max of 2 stacks for his heal, because his Q is a heal. So what that means is here, I'll go ahead and put a target dummy so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. So when Taric uses Q, it uses the 2 stacks, and then what Taric's autos does is it basically resets the cooldown of that. So when you auto, or let me do it again, I waited too long, but, okay, okay, let me just give myself the auto refresh cooldown thing right quick. Okay, there we go. Oh, did I give myself another point by accident? Okay, well, anyway, it still works with the 2, but you basically just always put 2. So you press Q, and then you auto, and then see how it resets the thing back to 2. That's why you always only give Taric 2 points into Q. You literally max his Q last out of all the other abilities. So that's a little tip with Taric. You only put 2 points into his Q, and then every time you auto attack, it'll reset it back to 2. So it's really, really, really OP. But anyways, let me go ahead and max my abilities here. So after you put the 2 points into your Q, you're going to go ahead and max W, which is Taric's shield. You always want to have this binded to one of your allies, typically your ADC, and they will basically mimic your stun, and they will also get the heal when you Q. So that's really, really nice, and it also gives them armor and a shield whenever you use it. So it's pretty nice. See, I give myself a shield there. So it's pretty nice. And then Taric's E, of course, is his signature stun. Pretty good. And again, his passive resets his cooldowns. And his auto attacks are actually underestimated on the damage they do. The damage that his auto attacks do is actually really, really strong, and people underestimate it all the time. I've seen it so many times. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for Taric abilities and whatnot. We're going to go ahead and get into the items that you typically build with Taric. So typically what I like to build on Taric is I will go ahead and rush the Relic Shield. I guess you could opt for Steel Shoulder Guards if you really, really wanted to, but I think it's just kind of better to go with the Relic Shield on Taric, just because, Taric's abilities scale with AP, and his auto attacks do magic damage as well, so it's pretty nice. In terms of boots, I feel like you're always going to want to rush these bad boys. Really, really good for the spell haste. Want to get the lowest cooldown for your ult as possible. So you always typically want to run these. I guess you could run, you know, like steel caps or treads in the event that you are going against like a Leona. You could get the tread, so you know, something like that. Or maybe in a full 80 team, you could run the steel caps, or if your team needs something a little more tanky, you could run something like that. But yeah, typically always want to run Relic Shield and Boots of Lucidity. Now, to get into the Mythics, typically what I would say you'd run is Locket on Taric. Pretty good at the moment for him, and it's really low cost, so it's really good early. And then always, I would say, always every single situation, no matter what, you're always going to want to run Zeke's Convergence second item, and then everything after that, you know, situational. You can build based off of how your game's going and what you need. But Zeke's is really good. They actually changed it, for those of you that don't know. Before, what it used to do was when you ulted, it would proc on your allies' auto attacks, and then it would ignite the auto attacks, and basically it would let your ally do more damage who you had it binded to. But now the way it works is it procs off of any ability that stuns or slows or anything like that, or an immobilize ability. So with Taric, that works really well, because you could land in E, and it'd be super simple if you have your W bind on an ally, and it will proc the Zeke's, and it's really good for you and your allies. But yeah, so definitely always want to run the Locket into Zeke's, and the mana is really good for Taric too. And then, you know, everything after that is basically situational. You could run like a Knight's Vow. Knight's Vow is always pretty good. I usually typically run this on Taric too, and you know, anything like that. Don't forget to buy pinks. Pinks are super important, and to switch, you know, your Oracle Lens at the point when you finish your support item. But yeah, so I guess we could go ahead and get into the lane here, and I'll show you guys a couple tricks. So typically with Taric, there's not really a lot of tricks other than the one that I showed you guys, the one about his abilities with the Q. I will say, though, that when you bind your W to an ally, again, like it mimics whatever you do. So maybe if I can spawn a dummy and put it on them. Alright, I gotta get myself the cooldown. Okay. Alright, so let me put it on them, and then I'll show you, like, see how it binds it like this. So typically what I like to do, because it's a little difficult to tell, like, where your stun is gonna line up, is when I'm playing Taric, I'll have my E actually on normal cast, just because I like to see, you know, where the stun is gonna be. So this makes it really simple to land. So like if you're over here or you're behind your ADC and they're in a fight, and then you use this, you can see, you know, where that stun marker is gonna be. So that's typically what I do when I'm playing Taric, is I'll have that on normal cast for a majority of the games, unless I forget or something like that. But anyways, yeah, so that, I guess, is pretty much it with like tips and stuff for Taric. Just, I would recommend anyone that's picking up Taric or wants to learn Taric, don't underestimate your auto attacks. So typically what I like to do is, if me and my ADC or whoever is fighting, I will always be auto attacking, and I'll always be spamming my abilities, just because Taric's auto attacks are enhanced when you use an ability. So I don't know if you guys have played something like Riven or anything like that, where when she uses an ability, her next auto attack does like more damage. It's kind of like the same thing with Taric, where if I press Q, my next two auto attacks deal bonus magic damage, and then I literally just, I typically always spam Q when I'm fighting like this, just to reset my auto attacks, even if my ADC doesn't need to heal, because the auto attacks just deal so much damage. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the Taric guide. Hopefully I didn't make it too long and didn't lose you guys too much into that. But if you guys did enjoy, don't forget to make sure to leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment, let me know what you think. If I miss anything, please let me know. I try to do these, you know, every week, you know, get something new. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys will come back and see what I have to bring to you next week. But yeah, thank you, and see you guys later. Bye.